So instead of pausing the last video, I accidentally stopped recording it, so I'm starting a new one. And here are some of my games that I use for movement, getting out of my chair. So I'm going to go through each one by one. This one is one that I got from, I didn't get this one from, but I got the idea from an occupational therapist that I used to work with. And it is called...
Are you ready to dash? Shoot again.
Hyperdash. Thank you. It's called Hyperdash. So basically, you place these pieces around the room. There's 5, and it gives directions from this piece and tells you where to run and where to place this piece. So it'll say 1, 5, orange, 2 plus 1, and it has different levels depending on the student's abilities. You can change it. You can make the pieces really close together, really far apart, whatever you want to do, and they love it. Super simple, but they just crack up every time. So that's one. The next toy that I wanted to talk to you about is not exactly a toy, but it's the Super Duper Cards Body Awareness, and it goes from full body to upper extremity, lower extremity. There's a lot of different options in here. If I can get this open, I'll show you some. So it's kind of like Simon Says, I guess I would say, but it has the pictures with it, so you can show them what you want them to do. So you've got yellow, green, there's different colors. Actually, I'm kind of glad I found this one. I'll bring this up closer. So you've got blue, that's things you can do just sitting at the table. Purple is your upper body. Yellow is upper and lower body combined. Green is more challenging. And the red, pairs of opposing body positions. That's interesting. I bet that's the most challenging one. So that's really cool. They think it's cool. They think it's fun. You can see them learning their body. It's really interesting. So I feel like it would go well with something like Simon Says because sometimes kids might not understand what you're saying. So I like that one. Plus it's portable, very easy to take with you. This is something new. I got this at Target. This is a, what do you call it? Parachute. And it also comes with this little, if I can get it to play for you guys. Maybe it's out of batteries. Okay, well anyway, it can play different games. It can play Simon Says, red light, green light, and parachute games. So the parachute is in here, comes in this nice carrying pouch, and I also want to get the balls to go with it eventually. So that is the parachute. This one is a game I've had for a long time. It's called Hullabaloo. It comes with a DVD, and you can also play it without the DVD because the DVD does talk very quickly. So if you have kids that need time to process the directions being said, I wouldn't use the video because it talks really fast. You can start slow with your own voice giving them directions, then eventually you can work up to the DVD. It also shows real kids doing the activity, so if you want to give extra visual support, you might consider using that as well. So inside, I actually have 2 sets of the game in here. Over the time of playing the game, I realized you kind of need more pieces depending on how many students. So I bought 2 and just combined them all into one. So inside of here, it's by the company that makes Cranium. So you'll see some familiar faces there if you know the Cranium games. So it has different shapes, colors, and icons. Some of them are animals, musical instruments, food. Those are the 3 main categories, is animals, food, and musical instruments. So you can do different kinds of things. You can start out really simple, find the color, find the shape, find the animal. You can get more complex. Find an animal that lives in the ocean. Find a food you can eat that's cold. Find a musical instrument that you play with 2 hands, with 1 hand. Find an animal that has a long tail. Find an animal that has big teeth. You know, find an animal that is a mammal. You know, you can really get more complex depending on student abilities. So that is Hullabaloo. That I got used. This one is from Target. I can't think of the exact name, so let's see if we can pull out the directions. This is Super Stretchy Game Disney Junior. So it's kind of like, think like a simplified Twister. So there's the board that you lay out, and you also use these little cards and the spinner. So you can see right there, you've got the body parts, hand, foot, elbow, knee, and head, which is right here. So you spread the mat out. I usually have them take off their shoes, which is a fun element in and of itself, but it also saves the board from getting damaged. So I review the body parts, and then I'll say things like, put your foot on purple. Put your elbow on the bluebird. Put your hand on the star. You can do it simple. You can do it more complicated. You can have them take turns for weighting, for body parts, for following multi-step directions with qualitative concepts. There's a lot of different things you can target with that one. This one is very similar. This is called Seekaboo. I got this at Target. Not as durable as Hullabaloo because, let me see if I can get this out of the bag, sorry. Because Hullabaloo is more rubber, so the pieces won't get damaged. And this one is plastic. So if they're going to be really rough with it, you might not want to have your students using these, or you might want to laminate them or try to protect them. So they're pretty big. Here's my hand, you know, for size comparison. And they're like thicker plastic, but they are not as durable, I don't think, as the other ones. So there's lots of different colors. I'll just kind of do a quick flip through. Whoops. There's different categories. So you've got those that you can spread around the room and have them find different things. And then it comes with these directions. It gives you examples of how you can do it with older children, younger children, more challenging, more than one child. And if you look right here, here are the categories. Yellow, red, purple, orange, green, and blue. So really good for vocabulary and categories, I would say, as well as following directions. So I'm going to push all this to the side. We're almost done. This one is really cute. It's called Animal Scramble. Very, very similar to Hyper Dash. Almost the exact same, except for it has animals instead of colors. So the giraffe activates the game.
Are you ready to scramble? Choose game. Animal Scramble.
So it's really cute. They love it. The last thing is not exactly movement based, but you do have to move in order to play it. And this is the Melissa and Doug fishing game. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting all this away so I can get started with my day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.